We're getting ready for story time. Get a little glass of wine. Feeling a little bit better than I did earlier. Just only a little bit. It's been a while since I've told a story. Toast everybody out there. I don't really say too much stories because a lot of times my mind goes pretty dark. But this one I thought was pretty worth telling. It's something I thought of the other day, and I just started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know why the character that I thought of just made me laugh. I figure I say it before I get off of here and, read some scriptures and have some time with God, go to bed. But I figure, it's been a while. I'm due for a story time, and it's been a while since I've done a story. So this one here I thought of the other day waking up. And so it leaves you off very much wondering. So once in the midst of a spring evening, in the middle of the night, where the crickets were chirping, where the moon was shining, and there was party music coming out of every window from a house. There in one of the windows came the sounds of a bed squeaking, the headboard of the bed rocking, the sounds of wet tapping, the sounds of grunting, the sounds of gasping, and panting. And there goes Brenda turning over. One more time. One more time. As the man goes inside of her, in and out, inside of her juices. And as he tries to go faster into her, she panics as she goes to grab him off, telling him to get off of her. All right, pull out now. Pull out, she says. But the gentleman did not want to pull out, but kept going. All right, pull out now. And as he tried to pull out as quick as he could, he gasped with a real hard gasp. Motherfucker, I told you to pull out! She pushes him, upsetting the man. Whatever, fuck you, ho. Fuck you too, piece of shit! And so she goes to look down. As she looks between her legs, she saw that the condom wasn't one, that it was slid out. You fucking asshole! I hope you don't get me pregnant now! I can't afford fucking birth control, asshole! She bends over at the side to her table, looking for her crack pipe, but couldn't find it. And then her phone rang. Gosh damn it! When do you fucking pull out? She goes over to grab her phone, sees a text from her friends downstairs, telling her that her roommate was not feeling well and that they had to go home. So Brenda gets up highly irritated, frustrated, putting her panties back on, allowing her juices and wetness from the middle of her legs to flow inside of the crotch. Putting her on her jacket, she tries to leave out of the room. And as she walked through the mist of the hallways, all she saw was music, the smell of alcohol, the smell of weed, the smell of musky genitals in the air. And she went down the staircase, looking around for her friends. And then here goes one of them named Terry, waving her hand at her. Is over here, Brenda. Come on, let's go. So Brenda goes over to her friend Terry and sees that her friend, the roommate, was out cold. What the fuck's wrong with her? What the hell happened? I don't know. She took something. She fell out. Well, I was just figuring we'll just take her back home. Is she even fucking alive? Hey, friend, get up. She tries to tap her friend. But her friend would not respond. And so she went to go put her hands near her heart and noticed there was a heartbeat. All her vitals were there. So Terry's boyfriend goes to pick up the roommate, the friend. They all leave together, putting her in the back seat of the car. And they took a ride back home in the middle of the night, where the stars were shining, where the crickets were out, near woods. It was a quiet ride. Brenda, frustrated and upset about her sexual experience at the party, she turns over and looks at her roommate. Come on, get up now. You've been out for a while now. Come on, wake up now. Scratching the middle of her legs. When they arrived to the house, Terry and her boyfriend goes out of the car to help the roommate as Brenda comes out with them. And they lead the roommate, into the house, allow her to sleep. Then Terry turns to Brenda. Well, she should feel better in the morning. Just give her some Advil or something. She has a headache in the morning. She probably took too much, whatever they gave her. I don't have no idea. So Brenda did as she asked and suggested. And Terry and the boyfriend left to go home. So Brenda goes to close the door, lock it. She looks over to the corner to grab out of the closet a blanket for her friend, the roommate. She unfolds it and puts and covers her. And as she goes upstairs, she leads herself to the bathroom, looking to scrub herself in the shower, to clean between the legs. Frustrated and upset, she murmurs to herself, fucking asshole, piece of shit. Fucking gonna get me pregnant. I want to carry my fucking baby. Gosh damn it, just don't fucking listen, don't they? Don't fucking pull out. She scrubs herself, using the shower head to squirt her vagina inside out. When she gets out of the shower, she heads off to bed. In an instant, following that morning, the roommate, the friend, wakes up, looking around the room, spaced out, staring out the window. She looks over and hears Brenda's voice on a phone call. She gets up very slowly, holding her head. Trying to slowly get herself up. She walks over to hear, snoop in the conversation with Brenda. She overhears. Yeah, she'll be fine. I don't know what happened to her last night. Terry, I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck she took. I mean, I was upstairs screwing the fucking guy. I mean, after all, I don't even know if he's gonna get me pregnant. I mean, the fucking asshole sat there and just didn't pull the fuck out. Now I gotta worry about a fucking pregnancy. And now my fucking coochie itches and I stink. I have no idea what the fuck to do. So, the friend stares over at her with concern, wanting to say something to her, but something held her back. Held her back in her heart. She wanted to hold her peace. Oh, there she goes. She's up right now. I'll call you back. I'll tell you about that fucking asshole from last night. Piece of shit. Yeah. Well, what time? What time are you coming tomorrow night? And so the friend persists to listen into the conversation. All right. I'll see you tomorrow night. All right. I'll take care. So she goes and hangs up the phone. She looks over at her friend, the roommate. What the hell happened to you? I mean, you were so, like, way out of it. I don't know. I guess it's something I took yesterday and I fell out, but I don't remember what happened. What do you take? I mean, what did they give you? An edible, a drug, or they laced up your weed or something? I mean, what the hell happened to you? So as Brenda chuckles to herself, laughing, the friend, the roommate, persists to say, I never took anything at the party, Brenda. Oh, you had to take something. You're always acting so too good. You had to take something last night. I mean, you gotta take something. Maybe someone put something in your drink. Yeah, something must have happened to you for you to just be acting like that. You were out cold. I mean, you wouldn't even respond. So the friend, the roommate, says, No, I mean, I didn't do anything last night. I completely I didn't even drink an alcoholic beverage. I was near tearing them the whole time. I just fell out. So you mean to tell me that you didn't take any edibles, you didn't take a drug, you just fell out and that was it? You didn't know what did it to you? Yes. Yes, Brenda, I've just fell out of nowhere and I have no idea what happened to me. All right, and never mind. I'm not going to say. So then Brenda looks over with her eyes at her. What is it? Tell me. But her friend persisted to say, Nothing. Nothing, Brenda. I don't know. Maybe I just was tired or something. I don't know. I just fell. I don't remember what happened last night at all. But Brenda knew within her heart there was something that her friend was not telling her, and that she held it deep within, looking into her eyes. She was hiding something. So then Brenda persisted to take her keys. Well, if you got a headache, I left some Advil on the table for you. Boy, you were I don't believe you. I believe you took something. Hey, let's go to the store. We gotta go pick up some things for the house. So her friend goes ahead and goes along with Brenda into the car. They get into the door. Brenda turns on her hard metal rock music, banging her head as the friend looks around, just dazzled, lost, and confused. And as they drive down the street, they approach ambulance, cop cars, cars running real fast to a scene. What the hell happened there? Says Brenda, as her friend stays silent, looking at the car. And in there, they saw the paramedics, someone being taken out with a cover sheet over their face. Oh, that guy's dead. No, you know he's not alive. Boy, that's a shame. So then the friend says, Where do you think he go? What do you mean, where are you going? The guy is fucking dead. I mean, you obviously seen that the sheets was over his head. Where's your head at? Ever since last night, you've just been so out of it. So the friend just stares and looks back at the back of the scene as the car drove off. They persist to go on throughout the whole day, to shop, to run their errands. And when they came back, they both had sat on the front porch together to have coffee. And as Brenda sat there sipping on her coffee, her roommate, the friend, was looking down. So Brenda saw her sad countenance, how she was disturbed, how she was saddened, how there was something bothering her from within. So Brenda goes and puts her cigarette in her mouth, smoking out the smoke of her nostrils. You really are not okay, are you? You don't seem like yourself. There's something different about you. I just don't know what it is. I mean, ever since that party, you've been acting very different. Your mind has been out of it. Tell me, what really happened last night? I know you're hiding something from me. So her roommate looks down, still at her cup of coffee, barely sipping it. You barely ate today either, I realize. You didn't eat a damn thing. This is the first thing you're putting probably in your mouth. And so the roommate looks down still at her cup. She responds, Brenda, something happened last night. Something very strange. Something very disturbing, you know? And she looks up at Brenda and looks her in the eye and says, Brenda, you ever been in the midst of space? So then Brenda looks upon her with confusion and begins to laugh. Come on now. Are you serious? Are you in the midst of space? Oh, come on now. You know, you must have been taking something last night. I think I know what happened. You took something. You're just too prideful to say that you took some shit last night, right? You took something, didn't you? You must have had your first hallucination. Hey, it happens all the time. I mean, I had a freaking hallucinations of big fat cockroaches running after me one time when I took all that crack and cocaine that one time. I mean, I freaking freaked out, you know. Trust me, I understand, buddy, you know, how it feels to have those things. So she's tapping her friend on the back. Then her roommate says, No, I told you I didn't take anything last night. I know. This was no hallucination at all. And she looks down at her cup of coffee again. Brenda, you ever thought, what is the meaning of life? Like, you know, what if we do have a purpose? And as she responded that way, Brenda looks at her with just a look of awkwardness, thinking to herself. She responds, what are you talking about? Why are you asking me this strange question? Like, what the hell? It just came out of the blue moon. My purpose is to live my life up. That's my fucking purpose. Is to live my fucking life and live it up. Have fun, 'cause you only live once in this life. You know, friend? I mean, why are you asking me such questions like that? Sniffing her nose, wiping it, trying to get down to the bottom of the point of her friend's statement. So her roommate begins to say, I mean, you ever thought that we have a purpose? What if they're right, Brenda? What if they're right? She puts her hands upon Brenda's hand. grasping it tightly. What if they're right, Brenda? What if they're right about what they're saying? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Who's right? What do you mean? Those people that talk about like God and like things to come. What if we're just missing the mark, Brenda? What if we're just, what if we just overlooking life and our purpose of this whole time? What if that's the case? What if that is? And so Brenda takes her hand off her hand. Just, look, I don't know what the fuck is going on with you, but you're fucking going nuts, man. You need to calm down. All right? I don't know who's been talking to you. And I don't know who you talked to yesterday for that party. They really got your life fucked up, man. They got your head screwed up in the gutter. You can't be naive, okay, friend? You can't be stupid. You can't be that dumb to just listen to stupid people and their theories and their purpose of life and meaning of life. I mean, after all, I mean, we're here in this life. We got to worry about now, because tomorrow I could die and that's it. The worms are going to eat my body alive. That's all that's going to fucking happen. I mean, you live once. I mean, there's no going back. You might as well just enjoy your life. That's the purpose of life, is right now. You just need to live your life and stop worrying about these crazy people or whoever's you've been talking to. Because whoever you've been talking to, they got your mind all lost. You're just different. You're acting very strange. You sound nuts, What the fuck is wrong with you? So then her roommate began to say again, but Brenda, I had an experience. It was disturbing. Brenda, you need to listen. What if this whole time we're wrong and there is something else? Brenda, this whole thing has given me a whole new perspective in life, Friend grasping one side of the cups, scratching her nails against the mats in the front of her porch, desperately telling her friend. But Brenda wouldn't listen. So then Brenda says to her, look, you've been listening to some fucking conspiracy theories. That's what you've been doing. Listening to these wackadoodles. I don't know, or watching some crazy shows. You just need to calm down. All right? Live your life. I mean, I don't know who you've been talking to. Those people you're talking about, those people who believe in God and all these other things like that. I mean, these people are wackadoodles. They're naive and they're crazy and they're stupid. I mean, obviously, they just believe anything, don't they? Let me tell you, I need to take fucking crack and cocaine to be as crazy as they are. They don't even need fucking cocaine and crack. They're just naturally fucking crazy and lost in their head. I mean, you really can't believe that shit. Come on, friend. This is not you. This is not fucking you. Come on now. You can't live this out of life, because somebody told you something and now they got you thinking deep and hard of something that doesn't matter. So then the friend persists to stay quiet. She held her tongue. And she looked back down at her coffee. Just then the car pulled up with the friends. The sounds of the tires going across the rocks real fast and the horn honking. And Terry pulling her hair out of the window as it rolled down. Hey, Brenda! Hey! Stop in the car! What are you guys doing here? Brenda says. We're going to go to a party tonight. I thought it was tomorrow, you said. Terry? Well, there's another one tonight. I figure you guys can come if you want. I mean, if Terry's feeling better. You okay, Terry? So Terry looks down, she looks up. And she says, I'm fine. I'm going to stay in today. I'm just trying to recover from yesterday. All right, whatever. So she looks at Brenda. She says, come on in the car. Come on. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go out. We got a couple of beers back here. We got some weed. We got a whole bunch of stuff back here. We're gonna party before we hit this place tonight. So Brenda, without a thought, gets up real quick, picking up her cigarette. She looks at her friend. Well, you can stay here, you party blooper, but I'm going out. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm not going to sit here and be sticking around with these conspiracy wackos, whatever you're dealing with over there. Or I'm coming over there. I'll be back tonight. She goes in the back seat of the car. And now she shuts the door real loud. And the sounds of the tires rolling back on the rocks crackling. The roommate gets up. She opens her front door. And as the car drove off, she stared at it long and hard. And she shuts the door slowly with cautious eyes and then shuts it. During the car ride, through the mist of the night, there was music playing inside the car. Sounds of hard metal and drums, beats, the smell of weed, smoke blowing around in the car. And in the back seat, orgies, the smell of musky genitals. And when they arrived in the middle of the woods, the boyfriend stops his car. He looks back at them as they were having their fun and indulging in their pleasures and listening to the sounds of the clappings of their vaginas. And he says, "You girls, you guys have fun back there with my buddy. I'm going to go over the outside for a minute." So then his buddy says, "Well, I'm going to go out there too," fixing his pants and pulling his penis back in. "I'll be right back, all right? You girls hang here tight." They both close the door. So as Terry goes and she goes up into the front seat, fixing her hair and getting her Gucci perfume out of the front part of this part of the car, she sprays herself. "You want any?" "No, I'm fine," Brenda says to herself with her legs open still. "Hey, give me a cigarette," she says. So Terry, her friend, goes and passes her over a cigarette. She takes her lighter and lights the end of the cigarette for her. And Brenda begins to put the smoke in, allowing the smoke to blow out of her nostrils as always, real slow and deep. And then she persists to say, "So, when are we going to this party? I mean, it's already freaking 10 o'clock. Didn't it start already?" Terry looks at her lips in the mirror, fixing herself. "Yeah, we're going to go in just a little bit." Let me fix my makeup. "So, Brandon, when are you going to give me my money back? You know, it's been like a couple months now." "Oh, you mean for the weed that you gave me?" Um, yeah," she responds. So then Brenda says, "Well, I mean, I get paid next week, but I mean, it's not much. I mean, I got to pay my roommate. I mean, she's been giving me a lot of breaks, and I mean, as much as I say or tease the shit out of her today, I mean, I really appreciate her, you know? She does a lot for me. Uh, but I'll give you the money soon. I promise, Terry. I'm going to give it to you." So then Terry shakes her head and nods in agreement. "All right, that's fine. You want some perfume?" "No, I'm fine. For now, until we get to the party, I'll spray myself. But I can use some vaginal wipes if you have it." Brenda laughs as Terry sits there, quiet, And she looks over at her. You really go with that tongue, Brenda. You amazed me tonight. You really impressed me. So then Brenda sits there laughing, chuckling to herself as she's just blowing in her smoke in and out, inhaling it. Well, about that tongue of mine, tell me, why should I pay you the money back anyways for the weed? I mean, haven't I paid you back tonight and give you a great climax? That wasn't the agreement, Brenda. The agreement was that you pay me the money back. Your tongue tonight was just freely offered. So as Terry laughs and chuckles to herself, Brenda sits there, a little bothered and annoyed. Whatever, Terry. I never made you pay me back for things, I never did that to you. But I sit here and please you tonight along with these other guys, and you just sit here and tell me I have to owe you money for the gosh damn weed from 2 months ago. I mean, come on now. So then, as she was inhaling inside of her smoke, she began to feel distorted. And then she began to feel tingling sensations going up past her arms and legs and into her face. And she began to start having trouble breathing, trying to inhale air but couldn't. She began to gasp a little bit. Terry, I don't feel good. And as she held her chest, the cigarette fell to the ground. So then Brenda tries to quickly open the door, asking for help. Hey guys, my chest, it hurts. Help! She falls to the ground, gasping and breathing in deep for air. She felt pain and stinging sensations going through her chest. She started to feel foggy, and everything around her became cold. And her vision started to go. And as she looked up, she saw her friend Terry standing in front of her. And when she tries to grab her hand to put towards her knees for help, her friend moved her knees away from her and kicked her hand away. And she watches as Brenda suffers, trying to get her last breath in. Darkness came across her eyes, and she lost her sight, and all she had was the hearing of her ears, and began to hear the echoes and voices of laughter from men afar. And then suddenly, one of them yelled, echoing in the midst of her ears, "Help her, help her, help her, help her! Help her, help her, help her, help her!" And then she heard the boyfriend of her friend Terry. Fuck her, fuck her, fuck her, fuck her. I never liked that bitch anyways, ways. She owes me money. And then the voice started to faint. And a thought came across her mind, the last thing that ever came out of her friend's mouth. What if they were right? What is the meaning of life? What if we have a purpose? Just that moment, Brenda woke up. Her eyes opened in such a flash. And when she got up, she looked up thinking that she had a dream. dream was that? Oh, as she looked around, there was nothing there. She panicked. She got up very quickly. There was no sound. There was no chirping of crickets. There was no sun, moon, or stars. There was no people. There was no existence of anything other than her own presence. She looked around as she moved to the left, as she moved to the right. She moved north. She moved south, but nothing existed. All she saw in the midst of her was a white space, a room filled with white. No walls, just a space, walking in white space, nothing in existence. Brenda called for her friends, their names, her roommate, but nowhere to be found. And as she sat on her knees, tears dropped down from her eyes down to her cheeks. And as she looked up, in the midst of her wishes, lost in the wilderness and loneliness, in a white space. The end.